Welcome again to Beit Yahuah, House of Prayer for All Peoples. I'm busy now going through the reasons why Abba Saul is wrong when he says that those who pronounce the name with its proper letters are not going to have a place in the world to come. And I'm saying that Abba Saul is wrong because Moses pronounced that name using its proper letters. In fact, Yahuah himself pronounced that name using its proper letters. Let's go to Exodus the 34th chapter. Exodus 34. And here Moses has asked Yahuah, now Adonai, show me your glory. You say that I have found favor in your sight. Now show me your ways that I may find favor in your sight. Yeah. Now, you said, you know my name and I found favor in your sight. Now, show me your ways so that I may know your ways and find favor in your sight. Anyway, that's a separate question. The issue is now is the name. Should we or should we not use Yahuah's name and give him all the glory for all the things he does in this earth by his name, without twisting our tongue from reading what he actually said and making it to something else, but actually reading with a straight tongue what he says? And he says this: and Yahuah descended in the cloud and stood with him there and proclaimed the name Yahuah. And Yahuah passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahuah, Yahuah, God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and fourth generation. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped. Now, Yahuah says, we'll go through this a little bit in Hebrew, verse 5. Okay. Ve'yered Yahuah, ve'anan, ve'yit yazev imo sham, ve'yikra v'shem Yahuah, ve'yavor Yahuah al panav, ve'yikra Yahuah, Yahuah el rachum ve'chanun erek afayim ve'rav chesed ve'emet, notzer chesed le'elafim nosei avon ve'fesha ve'chata'a ve'nakeh lo yenakeh poked Ovon avot al banim ve'al banim vanim al shiloshim ve'al rebeim ve'vay macher Moshe ve'yikod arza ve'yishtachu. Now, Yahuah comes and he proclaims before Moses his name 3 times. Now, the Shema itself, how can anyone say the Shema honestly without using the name? Because you are saying someone else is one. The Shema says this: Hear, O Israel, Yahuah Eloheinu, Yahuah Echad. Now imagine, if I take the name Yahuah, switch it for some other name, then who exactly is Echad? Is it Yahuah I am referring to, or is it some other being? You see, this is another reason why Abba Saul must be wrong. Every prophet used the name according to its letters. In other words, exactly as it was revealed. Every single prophet, from the prophet, let's say the prophet Noah, right through to the prophet our Lord Yeshua the Mashiach and John the Baptist, every single one of them When Jesus was fighting the devil and facing his temptation, let us see what he said back then. Matthew the 4th chapter. Jesus came with 2 citations where he included the name. The first one is this: it is written again, thou shalt not tempt Yahuah thy God. Now, are you telling me that Jesus made some circumlocution with his tongue and twisted it away from the name when he was dealing with the devil? I don't think so. The second one: get thou hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship Yahuah thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Now, Jesus was using the name with power, and in the end Satan has to go. Notice this: Satan refused to use the name here. He makes citations from the scriptures, but he does not use the name. But Jesus used the name, and Satan has to go. Now, if Jesus used the name, and the Bible is very clear that he did. We have these 2 examples, but also if we go to the book of the Hebrews, after the resurrection, when Jesus has been raised from the dead, and he comes back to his brethren, he says this. I think it's in Hebrews, let's be in Hebrews the 2nd chapter. And remember, this book of Hebrews, this letter to the Hebrews, is written to Hebrews, okay? Not every Jew is a Hebrew. Not every Hebrew is a Jew, but every Jew, theoretically, well, I'm not sure they were Hellenistic Jews. Anyway, these are Hebrew of Hebrews. These are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These are people who had crossed over. Now, when Jesus is raised from the dead, it says this, in Hebrews the 2nd chapter and the 12th verse. Or let's go from verse 11. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. So Jesus, the one who has been is sanctifying us, and we who are sanctified are one. He's not ashamed to call us brethren. Jew or Gentile, whoever accepts Jesus as his high priest in the order of Melchizedek, Jesus is not ashamed to call us brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren in the midst of the church. In the midst of the Kehillah will I sing praise unto thee. So when he rises from the dead and he's come to minister among his brethren, he declares the name Yahuah in the midst of his brethren.